Hello my Saab friends, today I'm going to be looking at the factory Saab sat-nav unit here, and we're going to be replacing these buttons. So how we're going to be doing that is we're going to pop this open like we're ejecting the CD inside of here, and then we'll be able to access a couple bolts. But the reason I'm doing that is because these buttons you can see right here are peeling pretty badly. These ones I don't use as much, so they're not as bad of shape, but these ones, they're peeling really bad, and at night you can see the green coming through here and it looked just kind of bad. So I actually have a similar unit out of a Saturn that I'll be replacing these buttons with. So there's a couple options. You can actually buy overlay stickers and put them over top of here, but to get like a good contact with that, you got to peel off all this old stuff, so you're really ruining these buttons. And well, I guess honestly they're already kind of ruined, but I just don't think it looks proper. I believe you can replace just the buttons, and actually I bought a whole entire unit for $60 from a Saturn that I'll be swapping. But one thing to mention is the fact that Saab, they use a greenish tint color, where like Saturn, they use like a reddish orange. But the benefit of this style unit is that General Motors used it in multiple different vehicles, including Silverados, you know, all sorts of things like that. But get a used unit like this. I had to replace the DVD drive for the navigation, so I needed parts from the radio anyways, but I'm also going to be using the buttons. So I'll quit rambling here and let's go ahead and get started. At this point, we have access back here to 4 T10 Torx screws and then 4 3mm hex screws, but we don't need the key in the ignition because we have this open. That's all we need. So let's go ahead and remove these 4 T10 Torx screws, and they're not torqued down very tightly at all. So with this unit swung down, now you can kind of see where these small hex bolts are. So you have 4 3mm hex screws in here. Those you don't need to really remove because that actually houses the LCD screen. But these 4 silver ones right here in each corner, those ones we will need to remove, and then we'll be able to shimmy off this kind of outer casing, which gives us access to the buttons. And if you're wondering how big a 3mm is, yeah, very tiny. So this is the only brand I found to actually have a nice little set for reasonable, and I'll put a link in the description. 4 screws in each corner are removed. Next up, we're gonna pull off these buttons, and all you have to do is just kind of tug on them a little bit and they will release. That's all there is to it. What we have right now, and we just need to give this some pressure, pull on it, and it should release this front cover. One thing that's actually kind of helpful is this cup holder. You can kind of release it a little bit and then set everything on there, and then slowly work your way out around the edges, and then you'll be able to slide off this front cover. Go ahead and check out the donor buttons that we're going to throw into this. Here we have the Saab unit, and then the one pulled from the Saturn, identical with the exception of these guys, but that's really not a big deal. I believe you can actually just swap them over, or even the power and tuner buttons probably from the Saab still work with this one. So honestly, if you wanted to swap over this entire unit, you can. Problem for me is that the Saab already has probably 12 different shades of silver. I'm not about to add a 13th. Unfortunately, this one is kind of peeling a little bit, but I think I can live with it as long as these buttons kind of last a bit longer. And how I'm going to do that is swapping them out. Obviously, that's the purpose of this video. Originally, I thought each unit, like the Saturn, the Saab, any other GM1, they all used a similar style clear LED or a white LED, and then the actual buttons behind them were tinted a certain color. Like for example, I thought the Saab would have been like a green, and then this one would have been like a red, but actually the LEDs are in fact different. So you can take any submodel GM and pull the buttons from it. So it doesn't have to be a Buick to get the green color. You can actually just pull this button out from the Saturn and put it in the Saab one, and it's still going to be green, which is super awesome. So these ones, since they're in pretty good shape, I'm going to leave those, and then I'm just going to be swapping these. So how we'll be doing that is we'll reverse this. Here's what you see once you pull this out from the vehicle, like I showed you before. And then you actually have all these different little pieces that house these buttons. So the first thing we need to remove is this silver guy right here. Once we remove that, we can remove a combination of these white slider guys, which actually these buttons clip onto. But the goal is to remove this first, because that's what houses all of this in place. So how we're going to do that, so there are a couple tabs. You have 1, 2, 3, and the same thing on the inside, 1, 2, and 3. So we need to push in, kind of work your way. I'm going to push in this one, this one, this one, and then work my way to the inside. And unfortunately, this is kind of a pretty tiny screwdriver. It's not fitting in there. So out of the same exact kit, I picked the smallest one. It's like a 1.5 millimeter, and this should be able to fit in there and actually press down on there. So let's see if we can finagle this guy off, the silver one, but it'll be on this side. So these we can actually leave in, and they'll stay in there unless you force them out. There's actually a couple more tabs right here and here that you can spread, and then these will push forward. But because we're just swapping over these guys, there is no sense in swapping over the white pieces. That's all there is to it. So before you attach the buttons, if you wanted to paint this, clearly you'd want to paint it before you removed and replace the buttons. But like I mentioned, I can live with it. The only problem is if you paint this, you won't have the music note for the tuner nor the power button right there. But I think it looks a lot better, even if the trim surround isn't in the best shape compared to these. You can see how bad these are flaking. It's only a matter of time by pressing these that these all wear out entirely. So I think, in my opinion, it's a good idea to replace the buttons, and here you can see you can actually do it from any other similar style GM nav unit like this one. So now we're going to clean this up a little bit and then throw it back in the side. Now we're ready for reassembly. Place the outer trim piece on and just kind of press around the outside of it with pressure. So now it's all pressed in. We can add the buttons, screw the 4 3mm screws, and then deal with these little Torx ones. So let's go ahead and put these 4 hex screws in. 4 3mm screws are in. I have the 4 T10 Torx screws started. We'll go ahead and tighten those down, put the buttons in, and we'll be done. Now you just need to put on the little knobs, push it inward, and I believe both the left and the right ones are exactly the same. So the only thing left to do is power it up, see what happens. Alright, there you have it. So that's how you replace the buttons on your GM and specifically your Saab sat-nav radio. I will say whenever you tear everything apart, it's probably a good idea to paint the surround. I didn't really have the time for that. And then also to check your LEDs. Whenever I got the sat-nav unit, I didn't realize that there's LEDs up top here and here for the power and the tuner, and I'm pretty certain that they're burned out. So the other unit, I could have swapped over the LEDs, you know, those little tiny like motherboards behind these buttons. I could have spent a little more time, remove the LCD, and then you get to the ribbon cables and you can actually undo and rechange those out. But I'm not really too worried about those being lit up. If this one was lit up and this one wasn't, and vice versa, that would drive me nuts. So both these top two don't work, and as long as these ones do, I'm happy. It's all symmetrical, and that it lights up green, that's more than I could ask. So there you have it. If you like this video, be sure to like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, be sure to comment down below, and be sure to subscribe. I have plenty other videos out there, and it's kind of hot. It's 88 degrees right now, and what do you think, Presley? Time to get some water? Yeah, it's pretty hot, so I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. What you want to